morning and welcome back to the not so early morning show. We've been in a power outage last night about 6:30. We're having a neighborhood block party and the power went out. We must have just been partying much too hard, though I doubt that. And so it's like, which was a bummer because Nebraska was starting to play at 6:30. So I go, well, crap, this isn't good for me. So I had to use my phone to try to watch the game, which then I began to drain the battery. And they said the power would be back up by 9:30, then 12:30. Well, if you hear in the background, they're working, they're digging in yards, trying to equipment failure. I don't know. So yeah, we still don't have any power, but it's been too dark. I couldn't film. And then I go, oh wait, I can take my laptop and hook my phone to that and take the charge from the laptop to this. So I hate being late. I hate it. And I like to have this thing out by 6, at the latest. But hey, you do what you gotta do. We're doing it. We're making it happen. It's not supposed to rain yet, but it's looking like it. So hey, I just got records outside sitting in the rain with a laptop. It's all good. It all works out, man. So first time I've been home in a long time. It's been like 3 days in the last 2 weeks that I've been home, and so it's good to be home from a trip to Denver. I've been in Dallas at meetings. I was able to meet up with rock and roll derelict Terry. He invited me to his house. We looked at his record collection, talked music, and he was nice enough to take me out to eat. So thank you very much, Terry. Hold on one sec here. Hold on. All right, back. It was a cat thing. What a surprise. Okay, don't go screwing around. We're having to really kind of redo things, how I make it go here. So this is what we're going to do. We're outside. It's light enough here. The house is still way too dark inside. I tried it already, and it was dark looking, and I was struggling with it. So I hate to do a take two because I don't, but we had to. So let's just begin. Don't you sit on them records. Don't be screwing around. We're beginning. Brian, Jonestown Massacre. Here it is, their brand new album that came out this year. I didn't know about it, but Mazzy talked about it on his channel. Hold on, we're just going to, hold on. There we go, that's better. And so Mazzy mentioned on his channel, I really liked it. This is a group I used to have, a few different albums from, but since the flood, I really haven't gone back, though I don't mind their music. They're out of San Francisco, formed in 1990. During the 90s and early aughts, them along with the Dandy Warhols were kind of the big spaced out druggy bands. And I really liked the Dandy Warhols, and I brought back some of their stuff. Well, Brian Jonestown Massacre was similar to that. So this is their 19th album. And when I say Brian Jonestown Massacre, what I really mean is Anton Newcomer. He's the only original member left, so basically it's his band. Nothing special on the inside except I got a plastic in there for whatever reason. And the inner sleeve, I don't think is just orange. It is. It's black vinyl on a pure orange inner sleeve, so really exciting stuff there. So on here, God, it feels like I feel moisture coming down. Very good stuff. You have like a song on Before and Afterland. It has like a VU dirge going on, but yet there's these psych kind of freakouts happening within the guitar. It's about it's about being free. Really was another song I was listening to, and lots of fuzz and feedback, but it's pushed by a Bo Diddley beat, which is something I didn't expect out of them, to have that kind of a Bo Diddley type feel. You have something like The Real, which is trance-like guitars that are happening, but this unrelenting drums. Good album. And it took a couple more listens to like it better. It didn't just jump at me right away, but I've been enjoying this thing. And, it's a good typical Brian Jonestown Massacre. What a great name for a group. type album. If you enjoy druggy dirges of guitars and feedback, but catchy tunes, this is not a bad album at all to have. So, yeah, not bad stuff. The name of it, Fire Doesn't Grow on Trees. What the hell does that even mean? Fire doesn't grow. I do not get that title, but hey, I don't make that stuff up. Hold on, Cat wants back in. Guess he felt you guys weren't worth visiting today. Diva time. All right, look at this. This is an original of The Remains. It has a little sticker. It says promotional album, but I don't think it's promotional. It doesn't look it. It's off Epic, and just a very boring thing. Remains formed out of Boston, 1964 to 1966. Actually reformed in 98. They've been called Barry and the Remains because the main, the vocalist was Barry Tashian, I believe is how it was pronounced. They opened for the Beatles in 1966. They did their 13 dates on the Beatles' final U.S. tour. And he said it was very, very, very loud. This has the garage rock classic, Don't Look Back, Don't Look Back. Really kind of a soulful garage rock nugget, which is why you find it on the very first Nuggets compilation. I've never seen this, and suddenly at my local store, Radio Wasteland, Jim had this come in. He was like, this is incredible. And so I was able to pick that up from him. Now, so they had this hit, Don't Look Back. They were huge in Boston, but really not anywhere else. So this kind of hit went, but they lost their drummer, so they brought in another drummer. And the name of the other drummer, what was his name? Nick Smart, maybe? He actually went on to drum for Mountain. Well, he didn't click with the group, and it all fell apart. And so the group broke up. They had this hit, they put out the album, and they fell apart. But how often does that happen? So it happens a lot. So this is a very exciting find. Very, very clean vinyl. Just amazingly clean vinyl. Couldn't be happier. A little bit of a split up here, but the spine looks in really good shape. So exciting album to have. Said you Fela Kuti, the newest reissue from him came out in 1972. Rough or Awful Fight. Say it 3 times fast. Rough or Awful. 3 times fast, everyone. Rough or Awful Fight. This is just another wonderful Fela Kuti album. Now, it has been pressed in a couple types of vinyl. We have Coke bottle, I guess. That he has the chains of slavery on there, a little information. Then we have very cool pants, very 70s look. And this comes in an extremely bright orange. So, 72. This was, what he always says is his music is for the sufferheads. The sufferheads are the urban poor, along with the students and the political dissenters. That's why the government and the military hated him, because he was very upfront about his thoughts. This is a 2 LP set with actually 6 songs, which is incredible. The first LP only has 1 song on each side. The next ones have 2 on each side, and it is again, it's very, very wonderful. Some of them, like Rock and Roll Fight and Go Slow, which is on the very first album, very fast, very upbeat. The saxophone is incredible. The trumpets are top notch. I believe I'm going to play something from Rock and Roll Fight, and it is just Fela at its best. The second album, has a couple slower songs. You rarely hear Fela Kuti play a slow ballad type number, but on here he does do it. And there's a song called Trouble Stop Yang. Oh my God, it was a really weird. Trouble Sleep Yanga Wake AM. Trouble Sleep Yanga Wake AM. Was the name of it. Now, he was, using between English, African, almost like a pidgin type thing. But what it means, basically, it translates into you're playing with a loaded gun. Oppressed people have a slow fuse. And so, again, just the warning to the government, it's not going to be good for you unless you do something about it. Go Slow has this incredible baritone sax that plays on that thing. Just another great album. If you like funk, if you like soul, especially funk, these guys are the funkiest. Listen to the rhythm section. Just blows you away. Picked this up recently. This is the I was trying to get all, at least the first 3 albums, actually first 4. We have Heaven Up Here, Echo and the Bunnymen. This is their second one, and this one has been eluding me, but now it has not. Off Sire Records. Anything special in the sleeve here? If I can look, nope, nothing special. Okay. So Echo and the Bunnymen out of Liverpool, formed in '78, and this is so this is their second album. It sets it apart from the first album because it's gloomier. It's kind of a fusion between gloomy post-punk and some psychedelia. I mean, all of that's kind of in here. And this actually made it to the top 10 in the UK, so it didn't do too bad. This is a darker album, or definitely darker. The atmosphere is more atmospheric. It's more textured. There you still have, you get these thunderous drums. I mean, what was that song? Over the Wall. My God, the drums just pound. But there's these beautiful, cool, chimey guitars. And that's the thing. You get these cool, chimey guitars. It is spitting out, by the way. I am getting some little spit, so we're going to move along here. And so, really, it's not a bad. This is not my favorite Echo and the Bunnymen. It never has, but I wanted to get it. It does have an play out there. Their promise, the hit "A Promise" was on here, and I do like that one. It's almost like a goth U2 at times. That's the feel I get from some of this, because U2 had those chimey guitars, but they were more upbeat. These guys are a little more gloomier with the whole thing, but happy to finally get this nice original from Echo and the Bunnymen, Heaven Up Here. We got a twofer. I got to mow the yard too, and this isn't going to happen. Wow, doing records and starting to sprinkle. Okay, Gabor Szabo, whatever. Both these came to in my local store at Radio Wasteland, and I picked them up. He's Hungarian, born in 36, died in 82. Just think about that. He wasn't even 50 years old when he died. He was very original because he would take a mixture of Hungarian folk music and then add it with jazz. This was, let's see. He started, here's an interesting fact about him. He started playing at age 14, and his inspiration was Will Rogers. The cowboy. Will Rogers saw a movie and he was playing the guitar, and that was his inspiration. And really, when you think back of rock and you think about inspirations, I mean, the Beatles, highly inspirational. The Velvet Underground, very, very much so. Inspired so many people. Sex Pistols got a lot of people picking up instruments. And Will Rogers. I mean, he's right there with them. I mean, how many do you hear? It was Will Rogers that got me going. I found that interesting. But let's go on these albums. Spellbinder. This is the second album he did as a band leader. This came out in 1966. And Terry, listen. Terry, it's on paper sleeves in there, and I'm pulling it out, and there's the label on there. Terry did inform me that that drives him nuts, so I will make sure I call it up. It's a Terry pull. Look at that nice inner sleeve, Impulse of Jazz, very cool. The inside. One thing about Impulse Records is these guys, they package much better than Blue Note. They knew how to make packaging. I've just never been a huge Impulse fan. But man, you just buy them for their packaging. It's super cool. This is really neat. It has on here Gypsy Queen, which Santana took in 1970 and made into a huge hit. Just a great Latin feel, especially on the title track Spellbinder. They do, he sings a little bit on there because this was in his octave ring. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. It's like, oh, don't. Not cool. I mean, he was happy with it. So some of the songs feel a little dated, quite honestly. But when he's on, and especially when he's bringing in more of this Latin feel, it sounds absolutely incredible. I mean, on here, I believe, he has Willie Bobo playing percussion on here. Victor Pantoja and Willie Bobo. So Ron Carter plays bass, and Chico Hamilton's on the drums. So this is great. For the most part, I like it. There's just a few dated songs. Then there was more Sorcerer. This came out in the next year. And he did an album called Sorcerer, and Why Not, which was a live album. Well, they still had some cuts left. So they did more Sorcerer. Not sure what exactly happened there. And and they also took some from the Monterey Jazz Festival, where some of the songs came from. There we go. So see, the Impulse label has changed on that one. And still the nice original inner sleeves on here. Very, very nice. Just in beautiful shape. So you have 3 of these were cut from the Sorcerer sessions, and then 3 more songs were from the 66 Monterey Jazz Festival. We're on this side. He does Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and Spellbinder's back on here. This I like better. This has some cool songs. This one, though, he doesn't get into some of that goofier stuff, so it doesn't feel as outdated as this one here. But again, really good sounding. Not all of Gabor Szabo's stuff do I enjoy, but this one I do. Even if they do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which, okay, I guess it works for him. Yeah, not bad. So, a couple from him. got Killing Joke here. This is Killing Joke's third album. Came out in 1982. Killing Joke formed in London, 79 to 96. Actually reformed in 02 again. Heavier post-punk style, and they were a big influence for industrial music. On here, they actually brought in a outside producer. That's the inner sleeve. And they went to Berlin. And you can kind of feel that Berlin type vibe in here. It's darker. I didn't feel the album was as cohesive as some of the earlier stuff. You have a song like We Have Joy, which really has this Berlin influence. It just has this heavier, cold sound. I mean, these guys had a cold sound anyway, but you really hear it. Land of Milk and Honey. It's just this pounding, driving drums. I mean, that drummer is going ape on them. I mean, he's just crazy. It just pounds so hard. It's very interesting. But then it drops into a called Good Samaritan, which is extremely quiet. No drums, no nothing happening in there. It's like this huge, like the drummer was tired. Give him a break. We'll do this song. You don't have to play. And I mean, it really brings you down. I mean, just quiets down. Then there's like Dregs. It finishes with Dregs, which is just chaotic. There's so much going on. And again, the drums are back driving it forward. It's an okay Killing Joke album. Did I say the name of it? It's called Revelations. Once again, as always, I forget to tell you the name of the album. Revelations, their third album. No, it's not a favorite Killing Joke of mine, but it's okay. It's not bad. One, just a Pink Floyd bootleg that everything's that they are putting out again, and this came in 1970. Fun vinyl. I enjoy Pink Floyd bootlegs if they sound good. This says the embryo, fat old son, green is the color. Careful with that oxygen if an Adam Hart mother with the orchestra. So fun stuff. Just Pink Floyd, always a good time, right? So that's my update. There we go. Thank you so much for coming outside with me, and yeah, still tuning in, even though you drank your coffee, which I can't drink any coffee. My coffee maker's not working, and I don't have instant coffee. I guess I could go out and get something. My wife suggested that, but I don't know. I could use some coffee. That's beside the point. Thank you for joining me. Have yourself a great week, and maybe a midweek. I haven't decided yet. Bye.